What if I told you the Toronto Raptors just installed the exact defensive system that took two teams to the NBA Finals last season? What if I told you that Darko spent the entire summer reverse engineering championship defense, and he's about to unleash it on the Eastern Conference? You think last year's 15th ranked defense was the ceiling? You think that post-All-Star breakout where we had the second best defense in the league was a fluke? Think again. Darko just revealed a three-phase defensive blueprint so detailed, so aggressive, that teams are going to walk into Scotiabank Arena and forget how to run their offense. And the scary part? We haven't even scratched the surface of what this roster can do. Stick around, because I'm breaking down the exact tactics Darko is implementing and why Eastern Conference coaches are already losing sleep over this. What's up, Raptors Nation? Quick court coming in hot from Calgary training camp, and I've got the most important Raptors news you'll hear all month. Hope you're ready, because we're diving deep into defensive philosophy today. And trust me, this is not your typical hype talk. Here's what I need from you. Have you ever seen a Raptors coach this specific about defensive strategy before the season even starts? Have you ever heard a coach say, we want to make opponents uncomfortable, and actually have the system to back it up? Type defense if you believe the Raptors will be a nightmare for 82 games. And listen, if this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button, because we don't do surface level analysis. We go deep, we break down the X's and O's. And we're about to enter the most exciting era of Raptors basketball since 2019. Stick around until the end, because I'm revealing which championship team Darko is modeling this defense after. Training camp in Calgary. 3 practices before the first preseason game. You've got 72 hours to establish your identity for the season. Most coaches, they'd focus on offensive sets, getting guys comfortable, building chemistry on the scoring end. Darko, he spent day one drilling defensive principles. Not generic defense, not try-harder defense, schematic defense. The kind that requires guys to understand exactly how we want to defend the ball, how we rotate, how we communicate, and how we sustain it for 48 minutes. Darko said the foundation starts now. They talked to players all summer, set goals, got buy-in. And every single player came into camp with outstanding conditioning, because they KNEW what was coming. You know what separates championship teams from good teams? It's not talent. The 2004 Pistons had 0 All-NBA players but beat a Lakers squad with Shaq, Kobe, Malone, and Peyton. How? Defensive system, defensive identity, defensive commitment. That's what we're building. But here's where most people stop analyzing. They hear defensive identity and think it's just about effort. Wrong. Darko revealed something way more sophisticated than that. All right, let's get tactical, because Darko didn't just say play hard. He laid out a blueprint. Tactic has shown aggressive ball pressure from 94 feet. Full court pressure, not sometimes, not when we're down. Every single possession. Darko specifically mentioned more teams are picking up full court, playing more defensively. He's not following a trend, he's leading it. The goal? Make ball handlers work before they even cross half court. Tire them out, force them into bad decisions, create chaos. You saw glimpses of this in Summer League. Guys were flying around, picking up at 94 feet, making simple inbounds plays look like a nightmare. And you know what some people said? That's not sustainable in the NBA. Darko's response? Watch us. Tactic has 2. Active hands and passing lane disruption. This isn't just about on-ball pressure. Darko emphasized active hands. That means off-ball defenders are in passing lanes. They're deflecting. They're forcing offenses to make 3, 4, 5 extra passes before they get a clean look. Why does this matter? Because modern NBA offenses thrive on rhythm. Teams want to swing the ball, get into their actions, and flow. When you disrupt that flow with active hands, you force them into late clock situations. You turn a clean offense into a scramble. Tactic #3, rotation waves, fresh bodies, same intensity. And here's the genius part. You cannot play this style with 7 guys. You need depth. You need 10, 11 players who can execute at the same level. Darko confirmed, I don't think anybody can be in shape to play 12 minutes straight at this pace, so he's deploying rotation waves. Fresh bodies coming in with the same energy, the same ferocity, the same commitment. That means if you're a starter and you're not bringing it, you sit. If you're a bench guy and you come in with fire, you stay on the floor. No guaranteed minutes, just performance. Who else coaches this way? Eric Spoelstra. The Miami Heat's culture of next man up isn't luck, it's system. And now we have it in Toronto. Drop a comment. Which Raptors bench player is about to become a defensive monster in this system? Now let's talk about something most people are sleeping on: continuity. Last season was chaos, roster turnover, guys learning on the fly, new faces trying to figure out Darko'S system in real time. And still, we went from 26th ranked defense in year 1 to 15 overall in year 2. We had the second best defense in the entire NBA after the All-Star break. You know what we have this year? That same core, that same foundation. But now, everyone knows the system. The majority of guys understand the principles. They can help coach younger players. They can keep each other accountable. Darko said it himself. It felt like we're not starting from zero. We're building on the foundation. That's massive, because defense is about communication, trust, and repetition. When you have continuity, those things accelerate. You don't need 3 months to figure out rotations. You hit the ground running. And here's the X factor nobody's discussing: competitive depth creates accountability. Darko has multiple guys at every position fighting for minutes. That means nobody gets comfortable. Nobody coasts. You want minutes? Prove it defensively. Every single night. If you're loving this breakdown, smash that like button and let me know in the comments, what's your confidence level in this defense on a scale of 1 to 10? Let me connect the dots for you. Look at the 2024 NBA Finals. Boston Celtics, Dallas Mavericks, both elite defensive teams, both physical, both aggressive, both playing with depth rotations. Darko pointed this out directly. 2 really good defensive teams went to the NBA Finals. The league is shifting. High-powered offense is not enough anymore. You need to be able to get stops. You need to be able to disrupt, pressure, and make teams uncomfortable. And guess what? While other teams are figuring this out, we're already implementing it. Darko spent the summer studying this. He saw where the league is going, and he's putting us ahead of the curve. This is the evolution of NBA basketball, Raptors Nation, and we're leading it. But the real question is, can our players execute at this level for 82 games? Let me read you Darko's exact words, because they matter. Our defensive identity has to come from a mindset that we want to dominate on the defensive end. Not compete, not try, dominate. That word is everything, because domination isn't about stopping a team once or twice. It's about psychological warfare. It's about making opponents fear you. It's about walking in the Scotiabank Arena and knowing if we don't execute perfectly, we're getting destroyed. Darko wants opponents uncomfortable. He wants them second-guessing their reads. He wants them rushing decisions. He wants them exhausted by the third quarter. And you know what's beautiful? This isn't just coach speak. The players have bought in. They spent the summer conditioning specifically for this. They understand what's required. Subscribe to this channel if you want every defensive breakdown as we track this transformation all season long. All right, Raptors Nation, let's bring this home. Darko Rajakovic just gave us the blueprint for defensive domination. Full court pressure, active hands, rotation waves, championship level continuity, and a mindset shift from playing defense to dominating defense. This isn't a rebuild. This is a reloading of Raptors' identity. The same identity that won us a championship. The same identity that made us feared across the league. So here's my final question. If you were an Eastern Conference coach, what would you do to prepare for this Raptors defense? What adjustments would you make? Drop your coaching strategies in the comments, because I want to see how deep your basketball IQ goes. If this breakdown gave you a new perspective, hit that like button. If you want more tactical Raptors content, subscribe and turn on notifications. Share this with every Raptors fan who's been waiting for our defensive identity to return. Keep repping that red and black, Raptors Nation. Defense wins championships, continuity builds dynasties, and domination, that's the Toronto way. We the North. And we're coming for everybody.